What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I promise I won't show my face too much. I just want to give a quick introduction before the video starts. We've got a lot of new subscribers, so thank you so much for the new people that are here. I'm going to give you guys sort of like another update. I know I keep giving you guys a bunch of updates on these tanks behind me, but a lot is happening quick, so it's almost like I have to give you guys a weekly update. A couple things happening with the 20-gallon Nuvo. We're slightly changing a couple things and going a different direction, and we finally added our first coral to the 3.7-gallon Pico. So with all that being said, let me turn the camera around and show you guys the tanks. Wait, hold on. There's actually one last thing I gotta tell you guys. In the last video, if you guys checked it out, you know that I didn't show you guys my current freshwater tank setup. And there was a reason for that, because I was phasing that tank out. I was slowly getting just kind of bored of the freshwater part of this hobby. I ended up just downsizing from the 10-gallon to a 3-gallon. So I'll show you guys that as well, but we no longer have a 10-gallon here anymore. So yeah, that's the story behind that. Let's get to the video. Alright, so this corner in my room is looking pretty messy. Not messy, it just looks full because there is a lot of stuff over here. This is kind of the newest addition to the room. I had some space down here. Like I said, I wanted to downsize from my 10-gallon, and we ended up going with this 3-gallon Pico. It's a no-tech, or I guess technically a low-tech because it's got these LED lights above it, but it's got no filter, it's got no heater. And there's nothing in it besides some snails that came along with the plants. Of course, this little clump of Java moss, Java fern, and we got some grasses down there, and our Anubias in the back. A couple baby guppies snuck in. All the other fish I traded into a fish store, but 2 babies snuck in somehow. It's lit by these 2 battery-powered LED bars from Home Depot. There's 6 AA batteries in each of them, and we're doing kind of an experiment to see if they will grow aquarium plants. So stay tuned for that. This is the only tank we're gonna have running for freshwater on this channel, so I hope you guys are okay with it. We're gonna be adding some cherry shrimp to it this Sunday, so stay tuned for the next video after that. It should be a good one. Now, just side questing over here, this is my ATO bucket for my 20-gallon and soon to be this 3.7. I've got my ATO reservoir right there. It was kind of ugly. It still looks kind of ugly, but I got a couple plants. So from far away, it's kind of hidden. I don't know, the cords are hidden by this hanging plant, but I don't know. I'm kind of crazy. I think it looks good. Moving on to the 3.7-gallon Pico, just to give you guys a quick update on this guy. We did add a mushroom coral to see how it's gonna do in there. It's an experiment, it's a little tester coral. I had it in the 20-gallon and it was doing all right, so we'll just see how it does in this tank and go from there. I did, of course, test to make sure that the parameters were okay before we added the coral. It looks like our nitrogen cycle is done. Our ammonias and our nitrites are at 0, and we're around like 3 or 4 parts per million for nitrates. So I think our cycle's done. We've got some bacteria going on in there. We did suck out most of the sand when we did the first water change, and I intentionally did that, so we are going bare bottom in this tank. But it looks like the mushroom's doing fine. He's not much bigger or smaller than he was in the 20-gallon, so we might have to add something this weekend to do a second test. As for the par 38 bulb, it looks like the screen mesh on top is doing a good job on keeping the light dimmer, if that makes any sense. It doesn't look like the coral's frying up or anything like that. I think we're good so far. It looks very DIY. Kind of like that look though, since it is like a cheap little Pico setup. We'll just keep this par 38 bulb for now. And moving over to the 20-gallon, last but not least, we do have a couple additions in this tank. I forget if I showed you guys these 2 toadstools in the last video, but this guy is green base with the pink polyps, and then this guy is the brown base with the green polyps. Let's go ahead and feed the tank first, and then we'll get into the SPS at the end. So today we're going to be feeding some mysis shrimp, and then I've got some reefroids down there. This is going to be mainly for the bang-eye cardinals, as they don't really eat any other food. I need to get some more pellets, but I've got some flake food that I feed to the clownfish just to kind of distract them so that the bang-eyes can definitely get some of the mysis shrimp. And then once I turn the flow on, a lot of the corals like to feed off of the reefroids and even some of the mysis shrimp. The top-down view on this tank is really cool, especially with the new SPS. And just seeing all the different colors of all the softies, that's really why I like soft corals. They're so plump and colorful, and of course all the movement, but once the flow's off, this thing looks crazy. On the first SPS coral that I ever got, the Monty Cap, it was supposed to be green and it was red when I first got it. And as you guys can see, it's slowly turning back to that green color. Really good polyp extension on it too. The white rim is still there. It's kind of getting better, I guess, but this coral's definitely doing better than when I first got it. Alright, we got our concoction mixed up for the corals and the bang-eyes. Let's go ahead and distract the clownfish with just a little bit of the flake food and the cleaner shrimp. They usually go to the flake food first, and the cleaner shrimp's kind of a bully. He'll steal food out of coral, and he'll steal food away from fish too, so it's good to get them distracted first. Now that the shrimp and the clownfish are kind of eaten away, we're gonna go ahead and try and like target feed the bang-eyes and just pour the food around the fish, or at least where the fish are. So as you can see back there, he's kind of shooting away. Oh, they're both back there, okay. So we'll just give a little bit more in that back area just so they can eat and get some food, and then we'll pour the rest into the tank so that some of the corals can get it. Now we'll give everyone about 10 minutes to eat and just try to, you know, get as much food as possible in them. And then we'll turn the flow back on and let the corals try to eat the remainders. It's been about 10 minutes, so let's go ahead and turn the flow back on. Looks like a lot of the coral got most of the food, which is good. They're gonna eat that and then open up twice as plump. On to the main topic of the video. Yeah, we are starting to add SPS to this tank, and that's something that I never thought I was gonna do. This was mainly supposed to be a softie only tank, with the exception of 2 LPS coral. I was gifted, or I don't know, given this SPS coral in the back, the Monty Cap, and it's been doing well, so I thought I'd venture over to the SPS side of this hobby. This is still gonna be a mixed reef though. There's no way I'm getting rid of my softies, there's no way I'm getting rid of my toadstools, so we're just gonna try to adapt and make the tank as best suited for both SPS and softies as possible. Far on the back side, we've got a red Monty Cap that's supposed to contrast the green one that we have growing back there. To the right of that is a coral that I'm not exactly sure. It starts with an S. If you guys could tell me in the comments down below, that'd be awesome. And then the one to the left of that is a Digi or a Digitata, I believe. That one is the one that I was looking for the most. It has those really nice purple polyps and they extend out really far. It's got some nice white tips on it too, so it looks healthy along with the other two. They've got that nice white rim to it, so I'm hoping these guys will do good. I have started to dose reef to reef on this tank, so we are keeping in mind alkalinity, magnesium, and calcium, especially with the addition of the SPS coral being a calcifying coral. We will need to keep up with those supplements. I'm not planning on adding any more fish or coral to this tank, with the one exception of a long polyp toadstool that would go on the right side here. That's like the last toadstool that I'm looking for. It could either be green or it could be the nice white polyps, but something that's long. The focus now is the 3.7 gallon. We're gonna try to get this thing stocked up. I'm still not exactly sure what I wanna put in here. We do need to add an ATO at some point to this tank. I'll probably do the same one that's on the 20 gallon, which is the Smart Micro ATO. It's got a really nice small size sensor that should fit nicely in the back chamber. I hope you guys enjoyed the quick update today. Like I said, we got a lot going on and it's happening pretty quick. We should be getting some cherry shrimp for that this Sunday, so stay tuned. We'll be getting some more coral for this 3.7 gallon soon, so stay tuned for that. And then for this guy, just, you know, get ready for the grow out. I'm excited to see a lot of these different colonies start growing out and getting big and juicy, so stay tuned for that. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see in future videos. I'd be happy to make some content on it. With all that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.